Hello. How is everyone? I know I can't even see what you would how you would answer that. So this is my official bloop 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 1 week update of my posts or my pre-op diet for the vertical sleeve. So let's just get into the nitty gritty details. So I know I told you guys that, well, it's a very restrictive diet. I would say starvation. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit on how the day goes for the diet. Okay. So a lot of times you might do a rapid weight loss diet when you're getting certain surgeries, like heart surgeries I've seen, and then this one. The goal, they say, is to, if you're overweight, your liver has a lot of fat on it. So it's basically they want to shrink your liver so surgery is a lot easier, basically. Okay. So I'm just going to show you a little bit on what I'm allowed to have, just a little sneak. So all the food came from Journey Light, the Journey Light Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. So once you get all approved, you do your consent appointment, you meet with the nurse practitioner, the dietitian for the last time before your surgery date. You will get food, and there's two plans. And of course, I picked the one that they said had the heartiest food, because I'm gonna starve to death. So just a snippet. So basically you can choose 5 different things to eat, okay? A day in 1 bar. I didn't bring the bars to show you, but it's basically a protein bar. My favorite has been the Cinnamon Crunch one. There's like 15 grams of protein. Total calories, everything's around like 90 to 100 calories. So I'm going to say, like, within all, it's about a 650 to 700 calories a day. Okay. So here's one thing. This is usually what my breakfast is, and I might actually choose this for 2. So basically what they say is you're going to probably be eating every 2 hours, but it's not a lot. And I was afraid. The food is not bad. Well, most of it. There was one thing I just couldn't eat. There was chocolate chip pancakes, and I tried to make it, and it really it tasted like the most, think of the nastiest protein shake you have, and then think of like trying to put that on the stove to make like a pancake out of it. It was just very chalky. It was gross. So I won't be eating those. I was kind of excited. I was like, ooh, that might be a little nice thing, but it was not. So usually my breakfast is, I have these egg scramble mix. And then there's herb eggs. So it's basically the same thing. So it's 1 packet. So in this packet, there's like a powder, and you would combine 1 egg. So now I know by heart, right? 1 egg, 1/4 cup of water, and scramble it up. And you can cook it on the oven or the microwave, whatever's easiest for you. So that would be one meal. Another one, so basically the most stuff you're eating here is just going to be eggs and soup. They have cream of tomato soups, chicken bouillon. The most hearties are going to be this. This is like a broccoli and cheddar. So it comes like with a packet, and then you add this hot base to it. And so the hot base is actually like 120 calories, but there are very little carbs. And then it's like packed with 18 grams of protein in 1 pack of this hot base, which is going to be good, right? They want you a lot of protein, very little carbs. Are there any carbs in here? There is, yeah, 5 grams, no sugar. So anyway, so I get to pick 5 meals basically in 1 bar a day. Another one of my favorites, which I kind of break, it's this bread, and it's actually 3 slices in there. So say I'll open it, and and this would count as 1 of the 5 I can have. So maybe I'll do like 1 of the slim slices with my eggs, and then like the 2 other ones. Oh wow, I'm just noticing, like, actually there is directions for you if you wanted to make other food. So I'm probably, like, I can order this stuff on the website there, but that might be something interesting to try. Like, it has, like, you would just add this to, like, real food. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, sorry, sidetrack. 3 pieces of bread here, and that would be, like, 1 thing. So let's get real. I will start off by saying that at my weigh-in at 1 week, I have lost almost 10, 9.5 pounds since start in 1 week, right? But let's get to the real nitty gritty. And I'm just going to say that this week has been so hard. This has been a rough week. So I started it last Friday night. And I'm going to say, man, I have like learned, and I started this by saying, that food was my first drug of choice, and it's my last drug of choice. And I have mentioned a little bit touching on, my addiction to drugs and how it kind of manifested into food now in recovery. But I will say that this has been such a hard and trying week. God bless my husband and my children. I've really tried to be, but I just didn't have any energy. I don't. I'm feeling okay today. I've been drinking tons and tons of water. So free foods I can eat between those are going to be like sugar-free Jell-O and sugar-free popsicles. And water. I want to say, so when Friday was pretty tough, I thought I was doing strong until the evening. When my family, we usually do pizza on Fridays, and it's always been that way, well, for a long time, and the kids get really excited about it. So I just ordered my normal favorite pizza place. It's this place called, it's a New York style pizza. It's a local, shop. It's not a chain. And like we get everybody in. My husband's like, why don't you just go to Little Caesars? And we'll just get something for the kids for Little Caesars, so you don't have to. And I was like, oh, I already ordered. It's not gonna be a big deal. Can I tell you, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. I'm like, I don't know, like if this is normal, but I cried because I wanted the pizza so bad, and I was hungry, and it just looked delicious. I've never had that feelings before. And my husband was like, Brittany, listen, if you can quit heroin, which I don't know if I mentioned that heroin was my drug of choice. I was an IV heroin addict. So he's like, if you can quit, he always says that shit. If you got off that shit, then this is going to be nothing for you. And I said, no, this is so hard. This is harder. Like when I stopped using heroin, like I stopped, I wasn't like going back to the places that had it all the time. This is harder. Food is harder. Like it's more difficult. You have to eat food to live. It's sociably acceptable. So, I mean, if you have never struggled with any other type of addiction, I'm just going to try to tell you the parallels of this week. So I made it through that somehow by the grace, I don't know. And I was pretty hard on myself, like not wanting to cheat, because it's just like I'm paying for this surgery cash. I was blessed enough, through my business to be able to fund this self-pay. And so I kind of trying to think of myself like, well, Brittany, whenever you want a craving, just think of that you paid, you paid this cash. Like you didn't no insurance. You didn't put it on a credit card. You didn't try to get it financed. Like that is a big investment. You took an investment out on your life, your quality of life, and your family. That's what I keep trying to tell myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I don't freaking care. And I'm telling myself it's gonna get easier, and it is. So right now my stomach's still the same size. I've been using those unhealthy habits for years, so I'm still hungry. This stuff, the food's not bad, thank God, because I don't know what I would have done, but it's not satiating. I will say I've been sleeping knocked out at night. So I don't know if that was a part of how unhealthy my diet was, or I just literally don't have any energy to live. It's one of those two. So Saturday morning, last Saturday, I had an event for Color Street, which is it's a direct sales company that I'm in. So I had an event with my mom. We do a lot of events together, and I was just like, it's gonna be okay. I got up, I had my egg, And I'm just like going there, and I brought a bar just in case because it was like till 1. You're really supposed to eat every 2 hours, which I guess is like what normal people they suggest. Like eat frequent small meals is what they want to train your body to do. And I'm a binger, and I would go like hours without eating, but then I would sit down and eat so much. So the event was like okay. I was just chugging water. I was like, just drink a lot of water. But then like I really did my eye had started twitching. So I have bad diagnosed anxiety. Very anxious. And I've had like panic attacks in the past. So bad that I literally I thought I was dying. Like call an ambulance. I'm having a heart attack. But I haven't had one for over 4 years. Like last one I remember it was very shortly after my son was born, Milo. And I was put on medication for that. An antidepressant, nothing like Xanax or anything, but something kind of help with it. And thought I was working on tools to use it, but anyways, apparently one of my tools, which I figured coping mechanism, has been food. So I will say I had a panic attack, and I thought I thought my organs were shutting down. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's really how it felt. And it's because like my body's trying to detox. Like my bones were hurting, everything. Like I saw like hair. I'm like, my hair's falling out. And this was day 1, guys, day 1. You may be laughing, and I'm probably going to laugh about it eventually. And I know it sounds crazy, but like I really... Just imagine like going from eating however you want, basically, being able to comfort yourself, and if you smell something that smells good, being able to take a bite, to like no longer being able to do that at all. And now you're doing like no sugars, no carbs, and like 600 to 700. So my body was in shock. My mind was in shock. I'm still like, it's hard. So got through that day. I took a nap that day, just trucking along. Sunday, it just, my husband went to work on Monday, and I work at home. I do all my business. It's a home-based business. So I feel like Monday wasn't that bad. It's just, just being tired and moody and not having energy to do things that you normally would want to do. And the weather is pretty bad here right now. So like, ideally, I was like, if I could just go outside, but then, of course, I don't want to walk because everything, like, takes so much energy. So then I think the worst day for me was Wednesday, and that's what I'm going to say is Wednesday I cheated. I went strong. And so this is what I want to talk about as far as parallels, as far as food addiction, drug addiction. Scientifically, so the program I go to that helped me through recovery of drugs is a 12-step program. And the first step says we admitted we are powerless over the disease of addiction and our life had become unmanageable, okay? So that's what we say. And I'm not saying this is what's going to work for you or what's going to work for anybody else. I'm just saying about my life and my experiences, okay? So the disease of addiction, and I'm no pro. Believe me, I'm not a recovery guru or anything like that, and we've all had, but I'm just going to say, like, I'm talking about the addiction part, the parallels of my addiction. So we say that we are addicted, and my life has become unmanageable. So when I'm doing heroin, yes, that was very clear. Jails, institutions, deaths, close to overdoses, heart, anything you could think of, your typical heroin drug user or whatever, any drug user. And then when you try to get clean from those drugs and you go to a rehab, so it's all a mental, after you get through the physical detox, it's a mental thing. You're going to have a lot of obsessive and compulsive thoughts, okay? I'm just talking to people that may not understand, and I don't know if this will help you at all. It may not. You may be like, Brittany, you're just lazy and blah, blah, blah. So, but there's somebody out there that might relate. So I'm just going to keep telling my story. So when you get clean, and I just remember I tried to get clean so many times. A big part of my recovery story includes multiple relapses. I used detoxes like a revolving door for years before I eventually got clean. And when you first get out, everything, it's just like almost a whole, like your senses are heightened and you can be triggered very easily. So they say, you know, you want to stay away from people, places, and things. For food, can you? No, I still gotta cook dinner for my children. You know what I mean? I'm like, when I got clean off of drugs, I didn't go to those old neighborhoods I used to hang out with. Here, I'm like driving down the street and there's like a Krispy Kreme, you know, McDonald's, Wendy's, and just things like I'm surrounded by food and I still have to eat. So if you can imagine like how hard it is, but that way. Another thing is like, let me get some of my water here. I want to say like what led up to me like cheating that day, and I got a 6-inch sub from Subway, and that's all I'm going to say about it. My mind wants to tell you at least it was healthy, but that's just me trying to justify doing the wrong thing. And I will say instantly regretted it, and it was awful. Much like when I had been clean for a few days and finally caved in and did my drug, I regretted it and it was miserable. And it didn't do what I wanted it to do, and they never do. Right? So here I am, I wake up on Wednesday, it's a horrible day in my mind. My mailbox key is missing, the kids are being really moody, I don't feel good, and just everything was awful in my mind that day. The only thing I felt that would make me feel better is food. Now, if you're out there and you have ever had like some type of addiction ailment, whether it be shopping or sex, have you ever had that feeling where your day is feeling so bad and you just want to like, maybe I'm going to go look online and fill my card up. Maybe I'm going to go on this dating website and, meet someone and hook up. That's it. I felt so obsessed about it. I just couldn't get it out of my head. So obsessions are the thoughts. And I just thought like, it's the only thing. It was the only thing I felt in my heart that was going to make me feel better. Sad, right? But it felt very real. The compulsive is the action. So sometimes we can't get rid of the thoughts, but we don't take the action, and the action lots of times is what has the consequences. So, and I did. I took the action. Whole day, I lasted almost the whole day feeling this way, and then when I could have just went to bed, and when I could have, I decided and I made the choice to go and get Subway. And I did. And I ate it. And I felt pretty bad about it. What that has told me is that, like, this really is, like, it is the same, like, the nature of the disease and stuff. I did stay on my diet since then. It didn't do anything. It didn't, like, taste the way I thought it was going to taste. Just nothing. It wasn't worth it. And it was just the addiction, trying to get to me. So I just have to be like a little more stronger. It's not really about being weak. It's just about being aware. A big part of, trying to fight addictions is having a good support system. So yeah, it's not about being weak or strong. It's about being honest. So that's why I'm being honest on a YouTube channel, and that's why, if I am being honest about it, because our secrets are kind of what keeps us sick. And of course, why wouldn't I love to be able to go and tell people, yep, I sure did. I follow that thing to a T. No, it's hard. And if I don't talk about it being hard, someone might feel like a failure if they can't follow it. And we're not. We know what we do. We try again the next day. We start right over fresh, and we just like keep coming back is what they, and we just do the next right thing, which in this diet is going to be, I'm going to follow it, right? And then I'm going to drink all the water, and I'm just going to have a popsicle. And I know it's not forever. I did lose 9 pounds, you know? I lost 9 pounds. That's big. Can you guys tell? Probably not, right? I'm like, oh yeah, 9 pounds. Going to, that is a big deal. So I'm just excited. I'm still tired. This is not the end all, but 2 weeks out now, which I am excited about. I'm starting to feel like it's more real. I got the email about pre-op instructions and everything. So just excited to see how things go. I will definitely update again in week 2 and see the progress and how that's going. So thanks for hanging out and checking on my updates. I will definitely be back soon. Let's just hope that I keep, you know, trucking along. And of course, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. You can email me, find me on Facebook, anything. I would just love to chat, and we can, you know, encourage each other, because definitely the parallel of 2 people, you know, when we can just like relate to each other, that's really what helps us, you know. So bye.